Hey, folks. Before I go live here, a couple notes. Yes, I will be doing some drinks tonight. I got been doing some shots and all that. We got like a little Miller Lite action, some Bud Light seltzer, strawberry lemonade, just because why not? Kind of a pansy little drink for a guy. I know. Whatever. I don't care. Crap tastes good. Also, if we get some big donations tonight, whoever knows. I do have some Dr. Cherry and also some Jägermeister. As always, folks, drink responsibly. Don't be stupid. Be of age. Don't do anything dumb. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Then again, I've done some dumb things. Also, before I go live with my camera here, I am using a really old webcam. Because as you can tell in the title of the stream, I don't have another camera right now. We'll talk about that, what happened, what I'm doing about it, why I am on the brink of selling a bunch of stuff that I didn't plan to do. But, it is what it is. Let's go live. You can see my really low frame rate old school webcam. Hi. How you doing? Having a good night tonight? Look. Oh my God, it's so bad. It's so bad. Maybe I've been spoiled the last 3 years. Maybe I've been spoiled the last 3 years. That could be what it is. Because I have had this. This is the Lumix G7. Not like the greatest cameras in the world. This is kind of like one of those like YouTube starter cameras. So it's not like, some $2,000, $3,000 camera or anything like that. But this is a Lumix G7 capable of 4K at 30 FPS. I had a few lenses. The lenses are fine. They're back there on a shelf. So all the lenses are fine. But the camera itself is done. Now, it kind of looks like in this weird configuration. Actually, like this thing still articulates and moves just fine. So you would look at this and think, there's nothing really wrong, right? Besides, not having a lens attached. There's nothing really wrong with it, right? Well, a couple things. So here's what happened. Today, or really the last couple days, I have been killing it doing a lot of homework. I'm in the midst of finals right now, for those who aren't aware. I'm a full-time college student. I'm in a programming class, and I'm in the midst of finals. And the thing about finals is that while I was doing 17 straight hours of homework and all that yesterday, there were some other things going on. Eric was over here building these desks. So you see these desks back here? These are for the podcast. That's not how they're configured for the podcast, but they're just sitting there for now. Got these new boom arms in here. You'll see one back on the desk back there. This one's actually going to go on the desk over there later. And we're just building out and improving the podcast set. And while I was busy doing my homework, one of my children came into my office and asked me to basically have gum. I don't have any gum, so I kindly told my child that I'm sorry, I don't have any gum. They responded in the way some kids do when they're told no. They got super angry, and they threw my tripod. Let me go grab my tripod. Let me show you. So they threw my Amazon Basics tripod, which had my camera on top, and they threw it against the wall. Now look, the tripod doesn't look too worse for wear, except for this top part here is completely broken off. So I don't know if you guys know anything about the Amazon Basics tripod. There's a screw that goes in here and like holds a plate on that you attach to the camera. The screw is gone, the plate's broken. So that broke. Whatever. The tripod broke. Big deal. Big whoop, right? Whatever. Buy a new tripod. It's like $20, $30. Well, the camera hit the wall. So technically the camera can get power, but not only does the screen no longer work, when you put it into manual video mode, so say, okay, I can't use the screen anymore, which really sucks. It's really hard to focus without being able to use the screen. The screen is really important for video work. Say I want to put it in manual mode so you can look through here. It looks like the actual sensor in here is broken. So the sensor is broken and the screen is broken, making this camera nothing but e-waste at this point. I mean, you could recycle it. Now, some people are going to be all, hey, what's the big deal? I see it. It says steady drop EM as an example. Hey, why not stream with your iPhone? Why not use your iPhone to record your videos and stream? Now, I've told several people a great way to start a YouTube channel is just use your phone. I'm not this camera's 3 years old. It's way out of warranty. Sweet Life Video Brand. This is the camera. If you guys remember, for anyone who's been around long enough, we fundraised as a channel to buy this camera before we went to E3 back in 2018. So, anyways, that's neither here nor there. So, some people, why aren't you streaming with your phone? Well, yes, the stream quality with the phone is amazing. The streaming apps to attach this phone to my computer to run it through Streamlabs and run all my stuff is not that great. There are apps out there. I have some of the paid ones. They don't work very well. They're very inflexible, lots of resolution issues, lots of weird watermarks. And on top of that, it takes my phone away from me. The thing about taking my phone away from me while I'm live streaming is this is my communication with my fiance who is upstairs with my children. It's also with my dad who had double knee surgery. I am not going to have my phone be unusable for an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, however long the stream goes, just so I can stream. Plus, if I get any phone calls, which obviously, you could turn airplane mode on, but if I got any phone calls, it would kill the stream. So, yeah, streaming with the phone isn't always the best. Now, could I record my videos with the phone? Absolutely. Absolutely, I could record my videos with my phone. And that might even be what I do for the next few days, or I'll just do voiceover gameplay or something for the next few days. But here's the thing. The problem with this phone is because I'm an iPhone user, not an Android user, getting the footage off this phone is a bit of a hassle. It doesn't click and drag like it should because the files are too big now. On top of that, all the transfer apps out there actually kill the files halfway through and sometimes kill the phone. Now, the one method I have been able to do is upload to Google Drive and then download off Google Drive. The problem is, I don't know why, but for some reason Google Drive on my phone is very, very slow to upload. Even on my local network, which is I have a gig network in my house. No reason for it to be that slow. So it's super slow and can take sometimes 3-4 hours. And by the time I get a video just uploaded to Google Drive to download and edit, if I'm doing news or whatever, you kind of miss the boat on the news. By the time you edit it, you get a video out 8-9 hours after the news hit. You kind of miss the boat on being able to get caught up in the algorithm at YouTube. So in the end, I'm probably going to be doing a lot of voiceover gameplay. Now, if I had an Android phone, it's a bit different. You might say, well, then why do you have an iPhone? Well, I don't have an iPhone for YouTube. The iPhone's because my entire family uses iPhone. So it's more so they like FaceTime. I admit FaceTime is better typically than a lot of the other video chat apps. In my experience, I have been an Android user. So I'm on iPhone because my whole family's on it. So it is what it is. I didn't buy this phone to use with YouTube, and I'm not going to go back to the days of using my phone with YouTube. So what did I do? The blessing in disguise. The blessing in disguise. I need a BlackBerry. The blessing in disguise is I have bought a new camera. Now, the thing is, I could have bought the same camera. This camera right here, the Lumix G7, runs anywhere from $500 to $700, kind of depends on what retailer you get it from. It's anywhere from $500 to $700 for this. The thing is, if I'm going to buy a new camera, my logic is, I've been using this camera for 3 years. If I'm going to buy a new camera, then why the hell don't I actually do something better? So, I spent $1,300 today, and I bought a new camera. Now, to be fair, the camera is about $900 to it's about $1,000 actually. But I added a few accessories in there because the battery packs for this are not compatible, so I need to get some extra battery packs. I bought a cord that lets me plug it into the wall. That was extra. I bought a new tripod. So there's a few accessories in there I had to get because the camera is not the same camera as this. But I went out and bought the Lumix G9 4K. So the big thing with that camera is that it has a 20 megapixel sensor versus this that has a 16 megapixel sensor, or 16.2 or whatever. And that's got a 20.3. And it can record at 4K 60 FPS. Which this cannot do. This can do 4K 30. Not really that big a deal. I mean, yeah, it's cool. I can do 4K videos now, whatever, and run them at a smooth 60 FPS, which is great for my audio syncing. Will actually work a lot better doing that. But that's great. You know, I think it does 1080 at 120 as well, which is really cool. So if I want to get even smoother frame rates, or if I want to go, I think I could do 720 at 240 or 320 or something. So I can do some slow motion stuff. Not that I plan to really do that. Not really relevant for what I do as a YouTuber. But the thing is, after I spent the $1,300 on the new camera, and I made sure it came with a lens. I'm pretty sure the lenses I have will be compatible. I was looking at the sizes. But I just wanted to make sure that it came with a lens that works. So I got like a new kit lens, because the kit lens that came with this is different than the kit lens that you get for that. So because there's some differences, I wanted to make sure I had the kit lens that was intended to use for that one versus the kit lens for this one, because the kit lens for this one might actually be restrictive for that camera. So that's another reason that it was $1,300 instead of $1,000. I wanted to make sure I had the proper lens that was intended for the first use of the camera. And then we'll see if my old lens for this or the new lens I just bought, if that even works with it and does anything. So here's my thing. This was a hard debate to just drop $1,300. It's not like I could just pull $1,300 out of my ass. I was able to do it because I got my stimulus. So it was like the stimulus payment that pretty much a lot of people are getting. I was able to use that to buy it. The problem is that stimulus was intended for something else. So I made a decision, and after talking to my fiance, I made a decision that if I was going to buy this camera and do it right and get the better camera, and I mean, I cried about this today before I even made the purchase. I cried after I made the purchase. I have decided that I will be selling some stuff to basically pay for the camera. Because the camera is more important to what I do here at YouTube than stuff. It's more important than the physical Switch, the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X, my game collection. It's more important than all of that. So, I'm not going to be posting where. I'm not going to be selling it to you guys. But I will be selling, very likely, all three of my game consoles. So the Switch, the PlayStation 5, and the Series X. And I know that sounds crazy. It really does. But it is something that I've decided to sacrifice for the betterment of the channel so I can continue to produce video content. I don't do a lot of game reviews, so it doesn't affect that. It does mean I won't be playing games for a bit. Well, I'll be still playing PC games. I'm going to try to hold on to most of my game collection. So I've got some PlayStation 5. I've got some, the PlayStation. I got the PlayStation 5. I've got some Xbox, and I got some Switch games. I'm going to try to hold on to my physical collection if I can. But I need the money for other things. My hope is, basically I was hoping my tax return would be here by now, but it's not. So bottom line is this was an unplanned purchase, but I went ahead with it. So it is what it is. People are going to get mad, but it's my decision to invest in the camera versus anything else. I'm not going to sit here and e-bag and say, guys, go down to the description and donate so I don't have to get rid of my stuff. No. I'm on the poorhouse. Our Monster Hunter Rise plus two $20 eShop PlayStation Network, whatever gift cards are still being given out. Like I made a decision that for right now, it's more important for the channel that I have the camera than it is I have the game consoles. I will have to get the consoles again down the line. Again, I'm not selling this stuff to you guys. People, I see people in the chat, you're crazy. Sell the PlayStation 5, get $800. I am not going to sell the PS5 at a scalper price. I'm going to sell it locally, and I'm going to sell it at cost. I'm not selling my Series X or my PlayStation 5 for scalper prices. I could keep the Switch. I could sell the PlayStation 5 Series X at scalper prices and be just fine. But I am not, because I don't believe in scalping. So I will be selling them at cost. Heck, the Series X, I think the Series X I'm actually going to sell for less. Because I did custom mod it to add liquid metal, and I can't guarantee that liquid metal is going to last on that system. So I'm probably going to end up selling the Series X for $400. Just because I did custom mod it. The warranty is voided. I can't guarantee anything with that. So I'll probably sell that one for a little cheaper than MSRP, because I want to be fair to anyone who buys it. But I'm not selling it to anyone here on the channel. I'm not selling it through Twitter or anywhere else. I'm just going to sell it locally, replenish my bank account now. I don't want this to become like a big drama thing where everyone, I already see people in the chat, I have PayPal, sell it to me. Like, it's not happening. I'm not selling you guys my systems. My personal opinion is that scalping can be okay if you only buy one item. Well, and I didn't buy these with the intent of scalping. That's also a thing I've talked about and tried to justify, especially for the PlayStation 5. I know I can get $800, maybe even $1,000 for it. And it was not bought with the intent to scalp. But I'm not going to do that. I am going to just bite the bullet. Now, that being said, I don't want people worrying about me. I'm fine. I'm not like, I had a rough time earlier today when the camera broke. I've been really stressed out. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. Finals is very stressful. Raising 3 children is even more stressful. Work is stress, and then on top of that, the thing that I enjoy, the hobby I do here on YouTube, one of the things I use for that hobby that the community itself helped me get 3 years ago is no longer functional because of my children. It's a hazard of, it's always a risk when you work at home and you have kids, that your kids are going to destroy stuff, not just for your job, but destroy stuff for your hobbies. It's always a risk. And thankfully, for the most part, in the last 5 years, my kids have not destroyed anything that's mattered. I think the worst they did is my Switch. Where is it? I'll grab it here. My Switch here. If you guys notice on the joysticks, they ripped off the caps. So that's like the worst they've done to anything I use for hobbies or anything. So I've been kind of fortunate my kids haven't done a lot of damage to expensive things. Now, my kids did break. I had a really, really nice OLED 4K Samsung 75-inch curved TV, full HDR, full bang. We spent like $3,000 on that TV. This was like 3 years ago. Man, it was awesome. right when the TV went out of warranty, 2 days after, my oldest son decided to throw a football at it. I don't think he did it out of anger. I don't think he knew what he was doing. Either way, he broke the TV. So that's technically the most expensive thing that's ever been broken. And that's why to this day I still don't have a nice TV. I do have a 4K TV. This is like a, right here, the TV I do my streams on and I game on. It is 4K, but it's just like a cheapie. You know, it's like a 50, I think it's a 60-inch, no HDR, no, it's just LCD. Steady dropping, so it sounds like your kids are the bosses of the house. No, not really. I don't know if you're a parent, steady drop. I'm a parent of 3 kids. They're not the boss of the houses at all. But kids break things. That's just what kids do. They don't always mean to do it. The camera thing, I don't think my youngest son meant to break the camera. He definitely meant to throw the tripod. He grabbed the tripod and threw it. I don't know that he was thinking that when he did that, he would break the camera. I don't think, he's only 5, okay? So I don't think that he was thinking, this is going to break Daddy's camera because he won't give me a piece of gum. I don't think that was going through his mind. I think it was just the nearest object to him. He was angry, so he grabbed it and threw it. I don't think he intended to break my camera. Just like I don't think my other son intended to break my nice TV. But what are you going to do? So I bit the bullet, made an investment. It's good. So for you guys, the videos are actually going to look even better. For me personally, I have a big ouch in my wallet that I'm making some sacrifices for now. If I can find a way to not sell my systems, in the next week, ideally, I'm going to be looking right now. I have a backup plan, but I just don't know if it's going to work. I'm going to need the money back by the end of the week. So what I'm doing now is I'm kind of putting out some feelers to do some side work to try to pick up some extra hours at some other places and try to make up some of the money back. So maybe, maybe I only have to sell one system instead of both systems or something like that, Or maybe I don't have to sell any of the systems because I get just enough money to kind of skate by until the tax return comes or until my next paycheck comes, right? So I am looking into alternatives to keep my systems. It's just I can't guarantee any of those alternatives come through, As an example, I used to do roofing. So I'm looking into some roofing jobs right now. There's some people I used to work with to try to get some cashola. So then I can not sell the systems. Because ideally, it'd be cool if my kids broke my camera. All that happened is I have a better camera, my videos look even better, and I get to keep all my stuff. That would be the ideal outcome. But, it is what it is. Let me say hi to people in the chat. So, Mr. Combustible Lemon is here. He says, is your fiance also the mother of your kids? If so, why did you decide to get married now? My fiance is the mother of my kids. She's the mother to all 3 of my kids. We're not married right now. We have been engaged off and on for 10 years. So, 9 years engaged off and on. We've lived together the whole time, but relationships have up and downs, And this camera, by the way, for those wondering, this is like the C910 webcam or something. I had this webcam back when in the 90s when I was doing AOL chat rooms and trying to video chat with people in the 90s on dial-up. That's how old this webcam is. So for being that old, Brian, I told you I was not e-begging. Brian C., what are you doing? I just told you I was not e-begging. You bastard. I see. This is what happened. I always get afraid. By the way, thank you, Brian. I really do appreciate it. I don't want to act like I'm not appreciative. I really do appreciate the hundo. You're awesome, man. You've been a long time supporter. But like, I didn't do this trying to get people to donate. If you guys want to donate, I'm doing shots and everything. I'm gonna go get the big shot for him because he probably deserves a liquid death for that. That's right, a liquid death. But damn, thank you. I mean, I don't know what to say, but thank you. But yeah, I'm not trying to get you guys to pay for any of this. I'm not trying to get you to pay for the new camera or any of that stuff. I mean, yeah, I'm technically fundraising for some new microphones. This microphone's great, by the way. But I'm trying to get the Shure SMB7. I'm gonna get at least one. Well, I'm gonna get two of them for the podcast, but at least one. But thank you, Brian. Let me go get the liquid death. I know I don't have to do the shot. I know, Brian. You know who you're talking to. You realize that part of the reason I do shots is because I want to. All right. Yeah, thanks, Brian. Take a triple shot. Well, as I said, I am trying to get some odd jobs, particularly roofing, on the side here to try to keep everything all kosher. All right. Here goes nothing. Cheers, man. This is liquid death. Tequila. Woo! Man, tequila will put hair on your chest. Oh, thank you, Christopher Lockhart. You have a good night, too. I kind of like having this boom arm here that I can, like, move around. Ooh, yeah. I think it kind of makes the audio a little bit better. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the audio sounds like shit. It should sound better, though. Is mayonnaise an instrument? Yes, I watched Spongebob. The stream makes you want to go live? Nice. Where's Nate? I'm right here. I didn't vanish. But thank you, Brian, so much for that hundo, man. That's awesome. That's a lot. That's a lot of money. I'm still like in shock that I actually hit buy on the new camera today. That my fiance, I guess I shouldn't be shocked. My fiance let me do it. She's like the #1 supporter of what I do as a channel. Seriously, I love her, man. I literally don't think I could do YouTube without her support. She's just awesome. That liquid death looks spicy. Next time I need to do like $20 donuts. Dude, I don't. The liquid death, it's fine. You know how long it's been since I've done a liquid death, and it's the first shot of the night. See, if the liquid death would have come like, I don't know, say, 18 shots into the night. 18 shots of like Miller Lite or something like that. Like, psh, maybe, because that would have probably been a few cans. But that's cool that your fiance supports me. Thanks. What camera am I using now? This right now is not an iPhone. This is the C. Let me see exactly what it is. 1 second. I'm looking it up quick. Hold on. Oh my god. This is like this is like the Logitech C270. God, this thing's a piece of shit. I've had this thing since the 90s. I thought it was the C910. It's not. It's the 270. I used to have the C920, but it broke. This is like the 270. I'm not doing a giveaway tonight. Sorry, let me turn off the giveaway. There's no giveaway tonight. I'm still doing the giveaway for the month. There's no giveaway tonight. Sorry, I got rid of that text. I'm not doing a giveaway tonight. I will be doing giveaways. I'll still do the monthly giveaways. The monthly giveaways aren't going away. YouTube pays for that. What I make on YouTube covers the giveaways, the monthly giveaways I do. Dude McJerry, you should make your son pay for some of the new camera out of his allowance money. How presumptuous of you that my children even get an allowance. Let's just say my children don't get an allowance. Not that it's anyone's business. I do shots of beer. Yeah, I have real stuff too. I got Jaeger here. Jägermeister. I also got where's my Dr. Cherry? Hold on. See, I got some Dr. McGillicuddy's cherry as well. Yeah, I do shots of beer, usually for lower ones. People do like $5 or under, I'll do just like shots of beer, or maybe a shot of the seltzer or something. But that's just for the lower ones, because obviously if you're doing like the big boy shots, every single donation, I'm not stupid. I'm not gonna go under the table for $1. Someone donates $1. Jaeger, you're doing Jaeger. Like, no. Nate, have I played Crash 4 yet? You just got it. I have not played Crash 4, so nope. He gives his dad allowance. Here's the thing. My kids, they don't need anything in particular. They have, they play sports. They're into music. They get to go to the water park and go to movies and do all the things kids do. My kids don't need allowance to pay for anything. The big thing is, obviously, allowance is that incentive that gets your kids to do chores, right? Oh, here's your chores. The incentive to do chores in our house is do the dang chores, or you don't get to do the fun stuff. Clean your room, or you're not going to go to grandma's today. Clean your room, or we're not going to the park. Fold the laundry, or you're not going to the water park. Etc., 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 etc. We were doing a allowance system at one point. It didn't work. It actually made things worse. So it'd be like, hey, you can get $10 a week, but you got to complete your chores for the week. And they weren't completing their chores, not even close. Didn't work. I said they're into music. They're not playing instruments yet, unless recorder counts. I mean, recorder is technically an instrument. When you're forky. One thing I forgot to add, as I rush off to Amazon, I wanted to get a desk mount for the camera. Desk mount camera stand. Because this desk now is up against the wall, so I want to be able to mount the camera to the desk. No, not like that. It needs to be one that can hold some weight. Yeah, like this one. Yeah, but I want it to be a little more flexible than that. So that's too flexible. That's not going to be able to hold anything with a webcam. See, finding the right desk mount for a camera can be difficult. Well, there's that one. That offers, that's $80. I don't want to spend $80 on it. I like mount like that. That's the problem. You want to get the right mount to mount a camera to your desk. It's going to be expensive if you want flexibility with it. How much flexibility do I really want? That's really the question. Or do I want just a straight pole? If I just do a straight pole, those ones aren't too bad. Does it have some articulation at the top so I can angle it at least? Like this one for like $20. Yeah, I'm just looking at. Okay, so max. What's the maximum height? Max is 25.6 inches. Minimum is 60. Let's see. 1 foot. Oh, that'll clear. That'll clear my monitor. That's a maybe then. Let me see. Can you clamp on that side? I don't know if you can clamp on that side. I think you can clamp on that side. All right. We'll try this one now for $20. Wait, that's not in stock till March 27th? What the? Of course that's one's out of stock. Dang it, dang Amazon. Why you gotta be out of stock, bro? Let's see here. How tall is this one? Oh, that one gets a lot taller. Wait, no, it doesn't. That's shorter. Nope, I need one taller than that. Oh, man. You guys are hearing me shop. Why are you shopping, Nate? Why are you shopping? Ooh. Okay. But how much weight can that hold? Hold on. Oh. That can hold a decent amount. Okay. All right. How much is that, though? How much is that? Well, I can't see all buying options. Oh, no. Oh, no wonder that one is so cool. Dude, it was like this massive, really cool articulating one, but it's like $200 for the mount. I'm not spending $200 for a fucking desk mount that I'm only going to use for live streams. That is a redonkulous amount of money to spend just for a desk mount. I mean, man, I like having quality desk mounts, but Jesus. Let's not go crazy here. Like, how high does this one go? 22 inch, 25 inch. No. Well, that can hold a Blue Yeti mic. If that can hold a Blue Yeti mic, the Blue Yeti mics are freaking heavy. Okay, this one comes Thursday. Well, that's all right. At least I don't have to wait till the end of the month. All right, let's grab this one. Sorry, extra accessories for my camera that I just forgot. All right, getting back to the stream. We go to the camping or swimming, etc. But any toy or video games I wanted, I had to buy myself. We have to go camping or swimming, etc. But any toys or video games I wanted, I had to buy myself. A lot of people tell me that they'd split the cost 50-50 with their parents, but mine never did that. My kids get plenty of presents for birthdays, Christmas, holidays. They don't need necessarily have. What was I looking for on Amazon? Amazing. It was just a desk. It was just a desk mount for my camera. So I have a new camera coming, and now that my desk. So when I'm doing live streams, I want to use my nice camera for it. So I wanted to be able to mount it behind, coming off my desk, so I can't put the tripod back there like I've been doing. The tripod is going to be used for most of my videos, but when I want a shot behind my desk pointing this way, especially for live streams, it was just a mount for the camera. That's all. There was a really, really cool one, but it was like $150. I wasn't going to get the really cool one, so I just got kind of a basic one. I think we'll hopefully do. I don't have the new camera on hand to know. I can't imagine it's too much heavier than this one. I mean, this one's pretty light, though. Honestly, this one is a pretty light camera, so maybe it is a lot heavier than this. Yeah, dude, Mason, crap happens, man. It sucks. Kids are awesome, but they're also not awesome. Have I had any negative experience with FedEx? Not here, I haven't. I have heard stories, but I haven't had any negative experiences here. And remember, I live in a small town in the middle of Wisconsin, so we don't typically have a lot of problems. Let's see here. Crazy Scott says we use allowance to teach kids money management and saving. My kids, when they got allowance, were like, I want to go spend it now. And it's like, it is their money. I try to convince them to save. But I always say, I try to convince my kids the value of things by, like, I work from home. So, like, having them see, like, how hard I have to work just to afford the things we do have, you know. Letting them see that, you know, you have to work hard for this. You have to, you know, learn how to manage money and save. And, you know, a thing like this, you know, I obviously didn't expect to spend $1,300 on a new camera today. But the reason I could even have the money in the bank to do that is, one, because of the stimulus, obviously. But two, you know, the reason that I could do that and be willing to sacrifice other things is because I can manage money. I'm not famous. People think I'm famous, Blob Boy. Dude, people don't even know who I am. There's like one person in this town who's ever recognized me as a YouTuber. I am not famous. I've been to E3 and like nobody knows who I am. I am far from famous. Like, man, I can't even do this for a living. If I'm famous as a YouTuber, I'm really bad at it. Because my fame doesn't pay my bills. Let's see here. Was expecting a black screen. I mean, I have a webcam. Webcam. It's really low frame. I mean, look at it. It's so bad. But whatever. Basically, I expect a lot of voiceover gameplay. My next video was already recorded. It's a pre-recorded video I did a couple days ago. That's like a discussion video. So that one is going to be my old camera. I'll be able to edit footage from my old camera for the last time. But any video after that, voiceover gameplay, I think for HTN, here's the news. Thanks to Mason for the name he threw in the thumbnail. I'm like, yeah, I'll just let it stick for a little bit. I'll probably try recording it with my iPhone and go through the hassle for that video. I only have to wait till Wednesday. Well, probably Thursday, realistically, because it's coming from FedEx or UPS, so the camera probably won't be here till like 8 o'clock at night. But yeah, I'll probably do that video with my phone and just deal with the hassle of Google Drive and the slow uploading, and it's a pain. Or I won't. Maybe I'll end up just doing voiceover gameplay for everything for the next few days. We'll see. I can still do live streams, as you can tell. It's just, man, I don't like downgrading. Ripped to my Japanese version of Mario and Luigi Dream Team. Damn. Keep up the good stuff and you'll be famous like me, okay? No, the rich and famous make enough money to live 9 times over. That's true. Yeah, that's not. I mean, sometimes they really blow their money really poorly or make really bad investments and then they end up with nothing. But I saw one of your old vids that helped me a lot. Backplate tutorial, nice. I'm glad that helped you, Marcus. The backplate tutorial, nice. I don't have a custom backplate on this Switch, but my old Switch did. My old Switch, I put a custom backplate on. I'm glad it helped you out. I mean, I made mistakes in that video too. What I like about those videos is, hey, you make the mistakes. It kind of shows you what not to do. You know, and people always show you like the perfect way to do things, and it's like, yeah, but for first timers, how many times does it go perfect? You know, you make mistakes. What are you gonna do? Yep, Aaron Jones re-signed for 4 years. Yep. He actually signed a pretty cheap contract relative. I thought he was going to sign for more than that. Love the Live Your Life video. Had a great message in it. Thanks. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Do I prefer cheesecake or pumpkin pie? I'm a pie guy myself. Pie over cake. Pumpkin pie. Although you could argue cheesecake's more pie than cake, but whatever. Pumpkin pie. Sav Vasco says, I remember when my son threw a toy at my LG TV. I was so mad. He was 3, and after a day, I got over it. It's hard, though. I'm not, like, angry at my children. Like, when I broke down and cried today after I realized the camera, because this happened yesterday. Okay, I didn't know the camera was broken until today because I hadn't tried to use it till today. Like, when I cried, it wasn't necessarily because, you know, like, I don't cry over inanimate objects. Like, my PlayStation 5 just stops working. I'm not going to cry. But I'm under a lot of stress. And this is just life. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that my life is any worse than anybody else's. You know, I got 3 kids. One of my kids suffers from depression. I have another kid that's got some behavioral issues. In addition to that, I work full time. I'm also, in college full time. I'm in the middle of finals right now. So finals are always the highest stress period. I did 17 straight hours of schoolwork yesterday. So, like, you know, you get kind of excited sometimes, right? Like, you look forward to things. Like, we got these new desks back here for the podcast on Wednesday. So, like, I'm looking forward to, like, getting this and getting things set up, using this new boom arm. Like, I get all excited for these little tiny things, these little joys I get doing YouTube stuff. And then all of a sudden you find out that your camera that you use for everything on YouTube actually is broken from what happened from your kid yesterday. So it's just... It's just a boiling over of stress, you know. And all of us can get that way. Maybe you don't cry. I don't know. I break down and cry sometimes. I think it's healthy to do that. But it's also, you know, it's just stress. We all go through some bullshit. I need some cheese with that wine. I don't really. I'm not really whining. Yeah, it's just time of life, man. Gimbo Gambler. Eric's name should be changed from more to less. He barely talks. It's funny. I know you probably spoken a lot about this, but Zelda themed Switch. Do you think Nintendo will do it? The regular Switch or the Advanced Switch Pro XL, you know what I mean? Do I think Nintendo will do the regular Switch or I have no idea. I wish I had the answers. Your toilet and fridge just broke at once. That sucks. Our toilet broke. Well, we have 2 bathrooms. We have a half bathroom, and then we have a full bathroom. And the toilet in our full bathroom broke 3 weeks ago. We just had it fixed. Wait, how come you're somehow doing a live stream when your webcam's working perfectly? Are there people out there that don't know the difference between a video camera and a webcam? Like, this webcam's from the 1990s. It requires Windows 98. I have to run it through MS-DOS. In case you didn't know, I'm running this webcam through MS-DOS right now. It's crazy. I didn't even realize I could even run MS-DOS anymore until I tried to get this webcam to work. But, I mean, there's a big difference between a camera like this and a dang webcam. Huge difference. Anyways. Have I played Risk of Rain or Risk of Rain 2? Are they any good? I have not played them. Sav Vasquez says, with peace and love, you could definitely do the podcast without Eric. He barely takes and generally seems uninterested in playing. He has a lot of dead air. Not trying to be rude. So here's the thing. Eric's not going anywhere. Eric is my best friend. Eric has been the only person to support the podcast from day one. And he's been basically on every episode but like 2. I realize I can do the podcast without Eric. I'm not stupid. I know that Eric would be better suited for a sports podcast, which is something he actually pays attention to. But he does enjoy video games. He enjoys hanging out with me once a week. And he wants to be on the podcast. So he's on the podcast. As for a lot of dead air, it's not really dead air. It's just like, he doesn't say much. Like I try to make sure the podcast doesn't have dead air, And I'll drag Eric in when I think he might have something to say. And sometimes he does. Go watch the Pokemon episode. Literally, this was from like 2 weeks ago. Go watch it. It's just me and Eric said a lot. It's just he's not as well versed on he's really into some things and really not other things. So it's really finding that fine balance, If you want to talk to him about Madden, dude, he'll talk. Dude, he'll talk for 3 hours about Madden. The things he really doesn't like about it. Give us some advice on choosing a PC. Build one yourself. It's like adult Legos. I mean, except they're really, really expensive Legos. Loyalty is key, and good friends, like proper good friends, are hard to find. So I feel, dude, I only have, besides my fiance, I've got like maybe 2 other friends. There's Eric and then one other person. Who's the guest for this week's episode? You'll have to wait and find out. You'll have to wait and find out with the rest of everyone. Man, I cracked my beer. I need to have some of it. I need to have some of it. I need to have a wee bit of beer, yeah. Don't worry, I took care of it. It was just $1. It's just $1. Nobody cry. Favorite song to karaoke to? Probably Backstreet Boys. I Want It That Way. That's like one of my go-tos. And I happen to be pretty good at it. If I do say so myself. Cheers to myself. I love cats. You've been subbed since 1,000 subs. When did you subscribe to this channel? I'm just curious. I know how long this channel's been around. But when did you subscribe? I know when we were at 1,000 subs. Let me see here. Who's going to order Pokemon Snap on my GameStop closed? Sad now. I had a pre-order from Target originally, but Target charged me 5 times. Ouch. Do you have to play Breath of the Wild first, or would it ruin things? Every Zelda game can stand on its own. If you're talking about, like, if you have to play Breath of the Wild first before you play the next game. Every Zelda game can stand on its own. You don't need to play any prior games to play any of the Zelda games. Would you rather have Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask on Switch or Wind Waker and Twilight Princess? I mean, we're going to get Wind Waker and Twilight Princess because the HD versions are on Wii U, and it's super easy for them to port. But would I rather have Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask? No. Is your fiance into video games? Not really. She likes Animal Crossing. She does like Animal Crossing. Hey, Aaron Curdy, thank you so much for the $5. Get a little drinking for you here. Just some beer. Cheers. Says, don't sell your Switch, bro. We're gonna help you. It's all good, man. I'm not asking for anyone to help. I know that people like to just support. You know, like Brian. Brian didn't say that he was helping. He said he's just supporting the channel. You know, drops a hundo. He could spare it. He said, I'm just supporting the channel. That's cool, man. You know, get a super chat in. If you want to support the channel, that's fine. We have a Patreon, patreon.com/Nintendo Prime, if anyone would like to join. Got some stretch goals there. Some things we want to, in the pipeline, we want to get going, including hiring a video editor. That would be great. So, but thank you for the $5. I appreciate it. But don't anyone feel like they need to like donate or anything because of the camera and the financial stuff. It I take care of myself. I'm past the days of e-bagging for people to, you know, help me out with that kind of stuff. If people want to donate and they want to join the primetime game by hitting the join button or head to patreon.com, or if they would like to support the microphone fund with the donation link or whatever, they can totally go for it. Get it done. But like nobody has to do anything. What did the beaver say when he hit the wall? Damn. Is that why I watched an ad about cameras when I think because video camera is in the, so YouTube, so it's funny. People act like I pick the ads that are on my channel and I pick how often the ads appear. It's a checkbox. Do you want ads on? Yes. Are your ads, or is your video intended for kids? No. Okay. And that's it. I don't know how the ads are chosen. I don't know why they're chosen. And I don't know how often they show up. People always have to like, oh, there's 20 ads in this video. I'm out of here. Like, I didn't put 20 ads in the video. YouTube did. Oh, there's an ad about, you know, I don't know, some political thing. I didn't choose for there to be a political ad. They just did it. So why is there an ad for a camera when you click? Because camera's in the title, triggering them to target camera ads probably to this stream, I would assume. Did I hear the news about Lola Bunny and Pepe Le Pew? Nope. Are they canceled or something? Are they considered like sexist or racist or something? I have no idea. It's the way the world works. We're just canceling everything now just because it played into stereotypes at one point. When children have structure, things that belong to father are respected. So that feels almost like a backhanded insult to me as a parent. See, this is one reason I don't bring up my kids, because people have no idea what our life is like. They don't understand the behavioral and the depression. It doesn't matter how structured their life is. Their life is extremely structured. People don't always fit inside a mold. You see this? This is a circle. Life is like a circle. But sometimes things don't quite fit in that circle, and the mold breaks. So you could blame me and blame my fiance and claim we're horrible parents. It's fine. It's your prerogative. I don't blame the kid either. I don't blame myself. Things just happen in life. When I was a kid, I broke my dad's stuff all the time. Not because I didn't respect him. It had nothing to do with respect. At all. No, I didn't stay up late talking to my girlfriend because I didn't respect my parents. I didn't, well, phone time's done. 7 o'clock, get off the phone. I didn't sneak back on at 10 p.m. because I meant any disrespect to my parents. Common misconception sometimes that, like, everything a child does is about a lack of respect. It's not necessarily the case all the time. I mean, there can be a lack of respect at times, of course. My dog tore up my couch, and I was sleeping right next to it. That dogs, man, you know. I have a dog. Dogs are wonderful, but I mean sometimes, like, they're so bold. I'm sleeping, and you still tore up the couch right next to me. What the hell? Like, not even trying to hide it. I haven't had that happen with this dog, but I've had prior dogs in my life chew up some stuff pretty bad. And you're like, really? I'm right here. Wow. You know better. Favorite song to dance to? Cupid Shuffle. Because nobody cares about looking like an idiot to Cupid Shuffle. So you can get a lot of people on the dance floor to that song. Anyone in the chat, Nintendo Switch fan, loud? Mine doesn't get loud. I have a version 2 Switch. Right now it does not get loud. Screw Attack or Blistered Thumbs? I don't know who Blistered Thumbs is. And I haven't watched Screw Attack in forever. Not since, like, the golden days. Was what, Stuttering Craig? Maybe he's still there. Hey, we have a $10. I didn't super chat that. I'm confused. What's happening? I didn't do those super chats, guys. What is going on? None of those super chats are... What is happening? Is this like every super chat that's ever happened? Streamlabs, what are you doing? Streamlabs. What are you doing, Streamlabs? I don't know what is happening right now. No, it's my Streamlabs. It's like throwing out every super chat that's ever happened right now. Like, why is it saying I super chatted? Why is it saying none of these people? Some of these people aren't even here. Streamlabs, what the hell are you doing? Streamlabs, stop it. Someone, hold on. Someone's spamming. Maybe? I don't know. I might have to boot Streamlabs out. Hold on. I might have to boot Streamlabs out. Streamlabs is broken. I mean, it's going to keep popping. The Streamlabs get hit with the liquid death? Time to take. No, guys, none of those happened. None of those happened. But my super chat revenue is at $6. None of those super chats happened. There is $6 in super chat revenue. Viewer activity. $1 from myself, $5 from Aaron. None of those super chats happened. Those are all like old super chats from like weeks ago. So all those super chats that Streamlabs just yelled were like not even recent at all. Like they all just popped up in my mini feed. But none of it happened. Now that Blue Knight one, that Blue Knight 07, that's a real super chat. Thank you so much, Blue Knight, for the $10. There's a legit one. And I promise it'll pop up on screen with the rotating Majora's Mask or whatever at some point here. after Streamlabs catches up on all the super chats that didn't happen. Now it's time to take a shot. We're going to take a big one for this too. We're going to bust out the Yag. We're going to do a shot of Yag. Thank you, by the way. Blue Knight says, never give up. Never give up. Trust your insects. Do a barrel roll. Thank you so much, Blue Knight. There's a real one. Finally, a legit one. And all the fake ones that popped up, we got a legit one. Eventually, all these things will go away, these notifications. And we'll get the real one. Where is it right now? Legacy. Where is Legacy's thing here? Hold on. Because it did pop up in my Streamlabs feed. Oh, there it is. Clayton Satan CYR. Why is it jumping around now? Does it even know what's happening? Oh, it's going down. Now it's Mr. Pete 1985. Next is going to be the 8th Arc. After that's going to be Legacy Baladias. Then it'll be myself. Then it'll be Timothy Jr. Then it'll be Taker 610. Then it'll be Shulk. Then it'll be I'm Focused. What is happening? There's so many. All the way down to... I have no idea. I have no idea what this name. Dude, Streamlabs is drunk. Go home, Streamlabs. You're drunk. Cheers to Blue Knight 07, a real super chatter tonight. Oh. Woo! Ah. Oh man. Maybe Streamlab wants that. No, guys, none of these are coming through. These are old donations and super chats. All these things you're seeing pop up, they're old donations and super chats that happened like weeks and months ago. Why they're suddenly appearing? Maybe these are ones that like never gotten that Streamlabs didn't catch before. So now Streamlabs is trying to catch up. Let me see here. Have I ever seen Roger's Base? Yeah, I've seen Roger's Base. Who's my favorite BioShock villain? The only BioShock game I played is BioShock Infinite. So I don't know. I don't even remember who the villain was in that game, to be honest. Joe Rogan or Angry Joe? I don't really watch either of them. So, what is your opinion on the Banjo-Kazooie series? First 2 games are great. Nuts and Bolts sucks. I mean, that's like the same opinion everybody has. Can you get another Mr. Pumpkin, says Gimbo Gambler. Can I get another Mr. Pumpkin? That Mr. Pumpkin was won at a fair. I sunk 3, count it, 3 basketball shots on a row on the bent rims that were like this. 3 in a row. It's very difficult. The reason I was able to do that was because when I was younger, we had a basketball hoop at my parents' house. I think. Yeah, it was my parents' house. And it kept blowing over every time we get really bad wind. So it would blow over, and it would smash the ground, and the rim would get bent and bent and bent. And it got so bent in that the ball could just barely fit through. And what are the rims like at the fair? They're so bent that the ball just barely fits through. So I had a lot of experience shooting on a rim that you could barely get the ball in. So that led to me making 3 in a row at the fair and getting the big Mr. Pumpkin prize. So am I going to get another one? Probably not. They're expensive to buy on their own, man. Like stuffed animals that are that big. Mr. Pumpkin was, he was huge. It's expensive to get stuffed animals that big. Because of the Bloomberg report and recent findings, these donation things will stop. The JLO one is, let's see here. Don't get me wrong. If all these were legit donations right now, that'd be crazy. We got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're almost done. There's like 5 more that'll pop up. Because of the Bloomberg report and recent findings, do you doubt your Switch Pro leaker that taught to you, or do you stand by that 10 mil production before market point? I don't know. I didn't really stand by the leaker. It's one of those things. I said in the video that I had never reported on these people before. I'm only doing it because they were right on some stuff. But at the end, you never really know. It's why I called it a rumor. Even though I was the source, quote unquote source, like the person like reporting it, it still was like, I wasn't really sure per se. I'm just, enough was they gave me enough correct information that I felt like it was time to, put it out there. And by the way, I have a lot of people that contact me and email me about stuff that I just don't talk about. I have like 8 Twitter DMs going on right now with people claiming a bunch of shit that I'm not reporting on it. Like, people think I'll throw up any fucking rumor, any fucking thing I find because I did one 4chan rumor ever I put up. And some people are like, oh man, you'll report anything. It's like, no, dude. You think I'll report anything? Go watch a channel called Blocked Content. You think I put out every leak, every rumor I find? Oh my God. No. Just no. There are channels out there dedicated to just posting any minute dribble that you could pass off as a rumor on the internet anywhere. Like, there are multiple channels that do that. I am not one of those channels. I know people feel like I am, but I'm really not, let me tell you. Holy shit. In Wisconsin, we don't do barrel rolls. We roll out the barrel. I gotta be careful so I don't get copyrighted. How was your camera destroyed? So, my kid came. It's a really dumb story. I was busy doing in the middle of 17 hours of homework, and I was in my office, my studio as I call it, to be away from the kids so I could focus on my homework. 17 hours. I'm in the middle of finals. I'm still not done. And he comes in and he asks for some gum, my youngest son, and I'm like, no, I don't have any gum. For some reason, I don't know what was going on upstairs. This triggered him. And he grabbed the nearest thing to him and threw it. Well, the nearest thing to him, because, you guys have seen some of my videos. I have the tripod right back here. So the nearest thing to him was the tripod with my camera on it. So he grabs it and just freaking whips it. And hits the wall. Not only breaking the tripod, I don't know how well it showed because the tripod looks fine. But like, when you look at it, there's this piece. Do I have the piece down here? Here it is. So there's this piece. Okay, so this piece connects to the camera, right? Screws in. This fits in here just fine, right? Right? No problem. But there's supposed to be a piece here that connects and keeps this. Oh, sorry, I'm bringing this up. Connects and keeps this all together. Well, it's not there. So like, that's not. See how I ripped that off? This is not supposed to rip off like that. So he broke that. Now, whatever. Who cares? Amazon Basics. I mean, you can see it on the side here. Woohoo. Amazon Basics tripod, right? $17, $20, whatever. Just get a new one. Who cares? Well, my camera was on that tripod. And that hit the wall. And now it powers on. The screen doesn't work anymore. So a lot of the adjustments, you need to use the screen. Like a lot of the fine-tune adjustments, you need to use the screen. And I can't. And even if you turn it to manual mode, where you could like look through the lens, bring this in and look through the lens like a camera. Turns out the sensor's broken too. So the sensor is broken and the screen is broken. So while this thing can receive power and can technically turn on, the two things you need to work, the sensor and the screen, don't. So this is like, at the time, this was a $700 camera. Now I think you can get this camera for $500. This is like a great starter camera for YouTube. Like, if you were ever to invest into, doing a non-cell phone camera for YouTube where you want to be on camera, getting a Lumix G7 with the kit lens is a great starter YouTube. It's what I've been doing all my videos on for years. But it's destroyed, so I have a new camera coming. I bought the Lumix G9. I'll show you guys actually. Maybe. Hold on. I don't have my display set up to show you actually. Let me see if I can make the browser source work. Sometimes I'll get lucky and the browser source will actually work. I think it will if I go directly to the page. Let me go to Lumix G9. Whoops. I gotta do Lumix. I forgot that I had wireless keyboard on, so I gotta. Is this it? I think. Nope, this. But I got this version of it. So let me grab this. I don't know if this will show. Will this show? 1920. 1080. Alright. Done. Here we go. I'll show you guys. I'm going to drag this to the top. Just show you guys quick. So this is the camera I bought right here. So as you'll see here, I got the standard lens kit for $1,200. Plus there's tax. Plus I added a new tripod, so I don't have a broken tripod. I could still use that tripod, but it's broken, and I don't want to risk the camera falling off a broken tripod. So I got a new tripod. I just bought a desk mount as well. So I spent about $1,300. But this is basically the step up from what I have. So I have the Lumix G7 that's now broken. Now I bought the Lumix G9 mirrorless camera. I prefer mirrorless. You can get a DSLR if you want, if you're comfortable using a DSLR. Mirrorless cameras are a little bit easier to work with. So this one has about 4 megapixels more. It claims this megapixels plus 80. I'll have to play around with it to find out. What's cool about it, I don't know if it shows on your guys' screen. Under about this item, let's see here. Yeah, see it does 4K 60. So it does 4K 60 under the first about at 10 bits. So that's really cool. So I'll have to mess with the settings so it will record more than like 10 minutes of that at once, because usually the camera comes locked at 10 minutes. So then you have to like unlock it. And I have a memory card somewhere. I really got to find that memory card because I honestly don't know where it is. But I do have a memory card somewhere to use for it. I think it also has an HDMI port. I don't know. I can't show you guys directly. But it has a standard HDMI port, I think. Or a mini HDMI. One of the either way, I have a mini HDMI converter, but I think it actually has a full HDMI port on it. It'd be great if I was like a 2.0 or a 2.1 port. Because then I could direct capture 4K right on my computer off the camera in 60 FPS. That'd be great. So yeah, that's the new camera that's coming in. Expensive as fuck. Granted, you can get, and I got it with that lens. I think my lens is okay. I'm not sure if the lens that was on the camera is for sure okay. It doesn't look cracked or anything, but I got the kit lens. There's not really a kit lens for this one, but I got the cheapest lens you could get for it, because that lens is different than the other lenses I have, and it's different than the other kit lens I have. So I figured it'd be good if I'm getting a new camera to get a lens I know for sure works with it. I'm not positive the lenses I currently have work with that camera. So I wanted to make sure in buying that camera that I had a lens that works 100%. I am not a camera savant. I am not a filming savant. If I was, I would never go out of focus in any video I'm in. The lighting would never change between light and dark just because the lighting in the background changes from lighter or darker. You guys see that sometimes when I have my monitor in the background in my latest videos. It'll be like, oh, you might be in focus, but you're lighter or darker depending on the color of the monitor in the background, because I have rotating wallpapers. That wouldn't happen if I knew what the fuck I was doing. But thoughts on MatPat? Thoughts on Rich? MatPat, I got nothing against MatPat. You know, the game theorist, the food theorist, the film theorist. I got nothing against him. I know about that there's a lot of accusations, including from an outlet I used to run, that MatPat steals things. I'll say this. I don't think half of the videos that MatPat makes are his original idea. I think what happens is he sees a really cool and interesting idea on the internet, and then he feels inspired by that idea to dig into it deeper and create content around it. I'll give you an example, because I literally ran... I used to run ZeldaInformer.com, and I was the person that approved the Link is Dead theory going out to the internet and pushing it on dig.com at the time, back when dig.com was a big deal, to make that theory article go viral. The Link is Dead theory is about how Link is actually dead in Majora's Mask, and Majora's Mask is Link going through purgatory, basically, and going through the 5 stages of grief, leading to his acceptance that he's dead. Turns out, according to Eiji and Omu, that's bullshit, but it doesn't matter. At the time, we had no such direct quotes from the creator saying that it's bullshit. So, we at Zelda Informer created that theory, did all the research and all the promotion. We were the first place in the world the Link is dead theory to ever pop up. Next thing you know, MatPat puts out a video saying Link is dead. And it really upset the originating author and all of us that put research into the original article. But MatPat includes a bunch of evidence in his video that were not in the article as well. Yes, a lot of the things in the article are covered in the video because it's the same theory. It's almost like it felt like someone stole our theory and turned it into a video and then made a bunch of money off it. That's what it felt like. But in the end, I think what happens is he sees a really cool idea, and maybe he does steal the idea, but he doesn't just take it. He kind of makes it his own in a way. So, in the end, I don't think everything he does is original, but I don't think it has to be. He didn't do anything illegal. He didn't plagiarize. He just took an idea and maybe used us as a research source and ran with it. So, like, I like MatPat. MatPat also does a lot for charity. A lot for charity. I mean, he's no Mr. Beast, okay? Mr. Beast is out here buying people houses. But he is. Heck, he did an island for crying out loud. But he does a lot for charity. He's one of the most charitable YouTubers out there. So, I have a hard time being mad at MatPat just because he borrows ideas that aren't original. Now, Rich, Review Tech USA. I got nothing against him. What I dislike about Rich is when people think I'm his son. I don't really get it. I don't know if it's because of the beard, but even when I didn't have the beard, I used to clean shave on my YouTube channel. So before the beard, people were saying I was Rich's son. I don't get it. I don't see the resemblance between Rich and me. I don't. Is it personality quirks? I have no idea. Like, I don't. Rich and I could have been in high school together. So we're close in age. I don't really know why people compare us. So I think the most annoying thing to me is when people compare me to Rich and act like I'm his son or something. Like, dude, Rich barely even knows who I am. He's mentioned me maybe one time ever in his YouTube career. And I don't know him at all. I've never had a conversation with the guy. I think he falls victim to what a lot of us do, myself included, where we jump onto reports and onto information without verification. And then, stories sometimes end up not being true in the end. But I don't have anything against him. I think he has grown comfortable with who he is. And I've been watching his channel a long time. He used to do voiceover gameplay. I watched how hard he had a time at transitioning from voiceover gameplay to being on camera all the time. That was a really tough transition for him. Took years. But Casey, my sister's here. How's it going, sis? Casey Jantz in the chat is my sister. She is getting married this June. So if people would like to at Casey Jantz in the chat and tell her congratulations on her upcoming nuptials, that would be wonderful. Congratulations, sis. And yes, I have your invite. No, I didn't RSVP. I'm your fucking brother. I'm going to be there. I'm in the goddamn wedding. Goddamn. Who needs an RSVP? Guess what? Me and all my kids are going to be there because we're all in the wedding. But congratulate her. She's getting married this June. What, 19th, right? I don't know when all the activities start. I don't even know. Is a bachelor party even happening? I haven't been contacted about jack shit. I mean, the clock is ticking. Clock is ticking on this. My kids broke my camera. Oliver broke my camera. Chucked it against the wall. So my camera I use for everything at YouTube is now toast. New camera on order, but Anyways, not something I was planning to spend money on, that's for sure. Did your child realize what they did wrong? He has been punished appropriately. Let's see here. I played Turtle 3 NES today. I just got to the Retro AVS. Konami needs to remaster the 3 NES games. Like Crash. Dude, I'm excited for Shredder's Revenge, Clayton. I think it's going to be great. It looks great anyways. Thoughts on Nintendo at E3 this year, and when we'll see Breath of the Wild 2 next? If Nintendo's at E3, we'll see it at E3. Do I watch Jacksepticeye? I know who he is, but I do not watch him. Do you think we'll get a Nintendo 64 Mini? I thought so at one point, but I don't think so anymore. Thoughts on James Rolfe, a.k.a. the Angry Video Game Nerd? Creates a lot of original content, but I haven't really watched anything but Angry Video Game Nerd, which I think is a pretty good show. Thank you guys for shouting out my sister. She, long time coming for it. She's getting married, so. She got married before me. That's all right. Lamp, oil, ropes, or bombs? Lamp, oil, ropes, or bombs? I'm going to go with lamp oil because there's more than one use for lamp oil, if you know what I mean. All right. I need a drink. Drink. Give me drinks. I need a drink. Give me a drink now. Got it. Don't worry, I got my own drink. See, I don't need you guys to get me. I got myself. I want to do a drink. I want to do a drink. I don't even know if my sister's still there. She probably dipped out. E3, the E3 is trying to do an all-digital event. Has not been canceled at this point. I mean, let me see what the official website says. E3. I don't know if they've made any updates on the actual website. Or if it's still, like... E3 Presents is what they're calling. What? What is this? Hold on. I am confused. What the hell is going on at the official E3 website? So the official E3 website says PlayStation 5 Showcase, September 16th. What? That's old. Intellivision Amigos, like old. Xbox Game Showcase, old. This is all old. Ubisoft Forward from July, old. Yeah, the E3 website has not been updated in so long. Holy shit. Anyways, E3 is planning a digital event, so we'll see. What's up, HQ girl? How's it going? E3, if you know what I mean. Technically, Nintendo never goes. They just have a direct the week of E3. They did not have a direct last year. And Nintendo's at E3 every year. What are you talking about? They are literally at E3. They have like the biggest booth, or one of the biggest booths at E3 every year. So, here's the biggest misnomer about E3. The press conferences have nothing to do with the actual show. The ESA does not run the press conferences. The ESA has nothing to do with Microsoft's press conference, PlayStation, Sony's, Ubisoft. The ESA has nothing to do with that. The ESA is the company that runs E3. E3 is a in-person show. So that's why I would say when they announced that E3 wasn't going to have an in-person event this year, people were saying E3 was canceled this year. Because E3, while we tie the press conferences in, the ESA has nothing to do with the press conferences. So when you say, oh, Nintendo just does digital. Even if they were still doing it in person, it's got nothing to do with the ESA, so it has nothing to do with E3. They just chose to base all those conferences around the time that E3 is holding their in-person show. But yeah, E3, Nintendo's been there every year that E3 has existed. Nintendo has been there in person. I don't know if you heard about this recently about Mario at the Olympic Winter Games 2022 being quite the struggle for them. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it got canceled. They have a quick turnaround on that game, and it was primarily being made during COVID. Do you think they'll show Breath of the Wild 2 before Skyward Sword comes out? They could. I don't know, but they could. Do I ever watch the... Dude, who doesn't watch Devolver Digital at E3, man? Dude, Devolver Digital at E3 consistently is one of the best digital events, period. E3 just got hit with the Me Too movement. It's canceled. What do you mean you got hit with the Me Too movement? Only the as far as I'm aware, only the in-person event was canceled. But it was always going to be canceled because they still are dealing with massive COVID issues in California. So it was always going to be canceled this year, the in-person event. But they have not officially canceled the digital event as far as I'm aware, unless there was news today. Maybe there was news yesterday. I guess I was too busy doing homework yesterday to pay attention. Was there news yesterday? Is the digital event canceled? Granted, they were waiting on support for the digital event. Like, I don't understand how the Me Too movement could cancel E3. That I don't understand. I really don't, like, I know what the Me Too movement is. I don't know what that would have to do with E3. Like, when you think of E3, is there any person you associate with, like, this is the person that runs the ESA? Like, I don't know how the Me Too movement could really affect it. Just being honest. I don't know who runs the ESA, nor do I care. What do we got going on? Sorry, I lost the chat for a second. Breath of the Wild 2 is the only game I care about pretty much, to be honest with you. What should my expectations be? I mean, you should care about more than just two people. Or two games. You should care about more than two games. I really care about those games, but like I've been looking forward to other games. You know, I'm a big Zelda guy, so Breath of the Wild 2 is my most anticipated Zelda game. Mario Odyssey is my favorite Mario game. So like I'd really look forward to sequels to those games, but it's also kind of like that's not all I play. Come on now. Expand your horizons. There's a lot of great games out there. Splatoon 3, example. Any YouTube crushes? Does beat 'em ups count? Wood, I don't know if you're watching. I know you're not. You're probably streaming over on Twitch, aren't you, you bastard? I've been trying to get Wood, Mr. Beat 'em ups, Mr. Wood Hawker, to come on over and be on my podcast now for like a year. Got like a man crush. I got a Beat 'em ups t-shirt. I bought merch. Let me put it this way. I don't buy merch of other people's YouTube channels. I just don't. Even if the merch looks really cool, I don't buy it. I like Linus Tech Tips is the closest I've come to buying merch, and I still haven't done it because I needed a new I want a bigger mouse pad, and they sell these really massive mouse pads, and I was gonna get it, and I said no, I don't buy YouTube merch. I have YouTube merch. I sell YouTube merch. I'll buy my own YouTube merch because, yes, believe it or not, I don't get my YouTube merch for free. I have to pay the same price you have to pay. But I have wood for wood. Just throwing it out there. Kim, you better step aside. Yulia, sorry, I love you, babe. But beat 'em ups. That would be my YouTube crush. But yeah, no, dude, he's a good guy. I've been trying to get him on the podcast forever. I feel like I'm gonna have to like donate during one of his streams and be like, hey, since you never check your Twitter DMs, will you come on my podcast? That's probably the only way. That's literally probably the only way. I'm gonna have to show up to one of his live streams and do a donation because he does read his donations and do like a $10 donation and be like, Wood, you bastard, check your Twitter DMs. He has talked to me. By the way, he has talked to me like behind the scenes before, but for some reason, you know, dude, he's a million sub channel. It's not really for some reason. He's kind of a big deal. But I was into him before he even was a big deal. Back when he lived in Aussie land. I'm one of the OGs. Amber Shaw, remember me. Remember me. I remember you, Amber. How's it going? Hopefully you're having a lovely evening. Well, I was exaggerating a bit. I love a lot of games. So, I mean, in terms of new games, Mario and Zelda and any Valve game. Okay, Valve. All right. AKA Waffle House. Do you think any old Zelda characters will return in Breath of the Wild 2? Fi-Fi, demise. 5 feet demise, and probably Girahim. I think there's going to be lots of Skyward Sword stuff. I literally think there's going to be a bunch of Skyward Sword. Technically, Fi has already been back. Technically, Fi is already in Breath of the Wild. If you know your Zelda lore, she's in Breath of the Wild. I love Minecraft and Beat Saber. Ooh, Beat Saber. Yeah. Breath of the Wild 3 coming soon. 2022. Do you think, let's see here. Rocket League, Satisfactory, Half-Life, Alex, Terraria, Outer Wilds, Portal 2, Hyperlight Drifter, Celeste. Are you pro Jared or anti Jared? Isn't pro Jared like the name of his channel? I don't really know much about the guy, to be completely honest. I didn't even really I knew that he was a YouTuber, but I didn't really know about him until the controversy happened. You know, the accusations came out. I didn't really know about him until then. So I honestly don't really have much of an opinion on him because I don't really know him. Like, yeah, I know I'm aware of him because of the controversy and then how he kind of like quote unquote defeated the controversy, but I don't really like how some of the worst accusations were completely false. But like I honestly I don't watch his content. I don't have any opinion on it. Playing Age of Calamity and Zelda just turned into a superhero. Dude, she's a baller in that game. It's like, why did she even need Link? Dude, she's so badass. Oh. I got a phone call. I better take this call. That was the woman. I need to be done with the stream. She wants to spend some time with me. Gimbal Gambler says favorite Star Wars game. Probably one of the Rogue Squadron games. Well, bad time for me. Tomorrow is my first day back in person work, so I have to try to have a real sleep schedule. That's right. I'm heading out, Brian. I got the call from the fiance. I gotta go to bed. Thank you guys for tuning in. Shout out to Brian, by the way, for the $100 super chat. Brian, you're crazy. You're crazy, man. You gave a $100 donation earlier, actually. We also had a $5 one come in from, let me see here. We had a $5 from Ashton. Now it won't show me. And we had a $10 from somebody else as well that's not showing up. There it is. Blue Knight 07 with the $10. And we had Aaron Curdy with the 5. So thank you guys for that. Thank you guys. I know, Brian, see, yours was a $100 dono. I got you. Sorry, my Streamlabs is all messed up right now. All right, so next, I'll be on camera for the next video. After that, we'll see, because the next video